I've been undercover at my daughter's school for 3 months pretending to be a janitor. The principal hired me after a string of thefts from lockers. Cash, phones, even lunch money disappearing daily. Kids were scared to bring anything valuable to school anymore. At first, I thought it would be easy. Show up, catch some troubled kid red-handed, case closed. But week after week, nothing. No suspicious students, no obvious patterns. Every morning I'd clock in at 6 a.m., mop floors, empty trash cans, and watch. The early shift gave me access to everything before students arrived. I installed tiny cameras in hallways, monitored who had access to which areas. The other staff treated me like furniture, invisible. They'd gossip freely around me, complain about problem kids, discuss personal drama. Amazing what people say when they think you're just the help. Principal Williams would check in weekly, getting frustrated. Any leads, detective? Parents are threatening to pull their kids out. We're losing enrollment. I started focusing on timing. The thefts always happened during specific periods, never during morning classes, never after 2 p.m., always between 11:30 and 1:15, lunch period. Most staff ate in the teacher's lounge during that window, but a few always stayed behind, claiming they preferred eating at their desks or had work to catch up on. Mrs. Davidson was one of them. 23 years teaching 3rd grade. Parent volunteer of the year 3 times running. Everyone absolutely adored her. Kids would hug her in the hallways. Parents requested her class specifically. She ran the school's food drive, organized the holiday plays, stayed late tutoring struggling students for free. If someone told me she was stealing from children, I would have laughed them out of the building. The breakthrough came on a Tuesday during lunch. I was wiping down tables in the cafeteria when I noticed her walking toward the coat closet where lost and found items were stored. She glanced around nervously, checking if anyone was watching. But janitors are invisible, remember? I followed quietly, positioning myself behind a pillar where I could see through the closet's glass window. She was going through backpacks methodically, unzipping compartments, checking pockets, even opening lunch boxes. Not frantic searching like someone looking for something specific. Systematic, professional, like she'd done this hundreds of times before. She pulled a $20 bill from a jacket pocket, folded it carefully, and slipped it into her cardigan. Then she rearranged everything perfectly, making sure nothing looked disturbed. My stomach dropped. This wasn't some desperate kid making bad choices. This was a trusted adult exploiting her position to rob children. I watched her do it again Thursday, then Friday. Always the same routine, always during lunch when the hallways were empty. The next Monday, I set up a hidden camera in my supply closet with a perfect view of the lost and found area. Over 3 days, I captured 6 separate incidents on video. She had techniques. If a backpack looked too organized, she'd skip it, knowing those parents would notice missing items immediately. She targeted the messy bags, the ones where a missing $5 or $10 might go unnoticed for weeks. When I finally revealed myself to Principal Williams, showing my detective badge instead of my janitor uniform, her face went completely white. "That's impossible," she stammered. "Mrs. Davidson is retiring next month. We're throwing her a big ceremony. She's getting a plaque. Parents are contributing to her gift fund." We called her into the office for what she thought was a retirement planning meeting. When she walked in and saw me sitting there in my real clothes with my badge visible, the color drained from her face instantly. She didn't even try to deny it, just slumped into the chair and started sobbing. "I needed the money for my grandson's cancer treatments," she whispered. "Insurance wouldn't cover the experimental therapy. It was his only chance." The numbers were staggering. Over $8,000 stolen from children over 2 years. Lunch money, field trip payments, book fare cash. Small amounts that seemed insignificant individually, but added up to a massive betrayal of trust. "How could you steal from the children you're supposed to protect?" Principal Williams asked, her voice shaking. "I told myself I'd pay it back when I got my pension lump sum," Mrs. Davidson said through tears. "I never meant for it to go on so long." The retirement ceremony was quietly canceled that afternoon. Mrs. Davidson was arrested an hour later. When her grandson's mother called me crying after hearing the news, she said she never told us she was struggling financially. We would have helped her. We would have done anything. The hardest part wasn't catching her. It was watching 23 years of genuine love and dedication get destroyed by desperation and pride.